Dear students, I am taking your lecture 3 for PH 3501. You know the topic name is transistor. In last lecture, we have seen how to take the characteristics. Just I am revising. This is the circuit diagram to obtain input and output characteristics for a transistors. Here you are connecting current and voltmeter. This is your collector current, because you know this is a collector, base and emitter. This voltmeter is nothing but the voltage between collector and emitter you want to measure. This is your base. This is a meter to measure the base current. This is the voltage between base and emitter. You know what is characteristics? Graph of relation or graph of current versus voltage is called characteristics. So to know this, to vary, we have to vary this. So I am using your potentiometer circuit. So here I am connecting plus supply, it's minus and plus. Here I am connecting your one more supply. This is your plus and minus I am connecting. We know that if ammeter current is outside, these two current I have to show inside. So this is your plus terminal, this is a minus, this is your plus, this is a minus. This is your plus voltage you are giving here, so plus, minus voltage, minus. Now what are the input characteristics? The relation between the base current with base emitter voltage for a fixed value of the collector emitter voltage is called input characteristics, that we have seen. We have drawn this graph. This is the graph of base current. Generally, as a base current is of the order of microampere. So we have to write microampere. In last lecture note, I have not written here microampere. So this is the nature of the graph. We see here I have written 0, and this is, we see what you can write 2 volt or 4 volt. And from this graph we have concluded certain minimum value. It is called cut-in voltage or cut-off voltage. Certain minimum value is required for current to flow in this. Certain minimum value of the base emitter voltage is required for conduction of transistor. This minimum value is called cut-in voltage. For if this transistor is made of silicon, then this voltage is of the order, I use a word, 0.7. If this transistor is made of germanium, then this voltage is of the order of 0.3 voltage. Last time we have discussed, we have explained why you are getting such kind of the nature. Now output characteristics. What the output characteristics? Already we have discussed. Fix this value or keep this value fixed with the help of this potentiometer by adjusting some suitable voltage here. Say I have kept 20 microampere. Now vary the VC with the help of this and note down corresponding value of the collector current. Repeat this procedure for a different value of the base current. So you will get such kind of the graph that, let us draw here. You are getting output characteristics. This is your VC, this is IC. Generally IC is of the order of milliampere, so it is better to write here milliampere. In last lecture I have not shown in milliampere here. So this is your different graph. For a different value of the base current, this is a graph. This is just for your understanding I am writing. If the base current is 20 microampere, so this is the graph of collector current versus VC. If you give the base current 40 microampere, then this is the graph. This is the graph for IC versus VC. If you keep base current 60 microampere, then this is the graph for, you can say, IC versus VC. If the base current is 80 microampere, this is the graph of IC versus VC. Okay. This is called output characteristics. More detail. 20 microampere, this is the graph. 20 microampere, vary this, note down this, you will get this graph. Keep 40 microampere, vary this, note down this, you will get this graph. 60, like so on, you will get. Now, we have to understand the nature of this graph, why you are getting such a nature. So let us start about this. Now, this is your transistors. This is your N, P, this is your N, P, N I am showing you here. This is your collector, this is your base, this is your emitter. See, base is kept is what, some forward bias, this is forward bias, this is a forward bias, between this forward bias, so you easily know that this electron will cross this junction will be crossed by this electron. Okay. Here you have kept positive voltage, you can see, yes, you can see collector is kept positive voltage. So this is your forward bias, again I am showing you, this is a forward bias, this is your reverse bias, collector is reverse bias, but which voltage you have kept positive. So due to this forward bias, this electron cross this depletion layer, enter into the base, but base is very very thin, so most of the electron will come to the collector. Most of the electron will come here. Only few electron will recombine with the base, but most of the electron will come to the collector. And under the influence of this, you can say, under the influence of this voltage or electric field, it will come here. As a result, as you increase the VC, as this voltage increases, VC, as this voltage VC is kept here, this VC, as VC is increases, collector current increases. You can see collector current increases up to the certain value. As VC increases, your IC increases. Why? Again I am doing why? This is kept forward bias. See here 20 microampere. Now as you keep this in forward bias, this electron can easily cross this junction, this first junction. But base is very very thin, so most of the electron cross entire base region. Most of the electron cross entire base region and come to the collector. Under the influence of the electric field at the collector, or under the influence of the positive voltage at the collector, or you can say under the reverse bias voltage at the collector, this electron, whatever number of electrons is coming here into the collector, all electron will go here and you will get this collector current. So as Vc increases, your Ic increases. At certain value of VCE, collector current is saturated. Collector current is saturated. Now, second one we want to discuss. As base current increases, why collector current increases? Be here collector current is this much. Here this much collector current for this base current. Now you keep a base current 40 microampere. Your saturated current is this much. Means collector current increases from this point to this point. Why? Let us see why it is increases. As you increase this base current, so forward bias voltage increases. As the forward bias voltage increases, then as the forward bias voltage increases, more electron will be free from the emitter. More electron will free from the emitter as this voltage increases. This voltage increases to increase the base current. As base current increases means VBE you have to increase. As VB increases, so forward bias voltage between these two increases. As forward bias voltage increases, more electron will be free from the emitter and more electron will go from emitter to the collector compared to the previous one. So as you are going from 20 to 40 microampere, your forward bias voltage increases, more electron will be free, more electron will go here. As more electron will go here, collector current increases from this point to this point. From this point to this point, you will understand. So this is the reason as you increase the base current, why collector current increases. Now third discussion. Actually, you are not getting a horizontal line. You are getting slightly increasing the collector current as Vc increases. Why? As Vc increases, why you are getting there is a little increase in collector current. Look here. Third point. As Vc increases after saturation, why there is a little increase in collector current takes place? Answer is, this is in a reverse bias. This is in reverse collector. And you know that in PN junction, leakage current is flowing. When the PN junction in reverse bias, then leakage current is flowing and leakage current increases as leakage voltage or reverse bias voltage increases. So here as Vc increases, leakage current flowing in a collector, increases. So as Vc increases, what is increases? Leakage current. And that leakage current is flowing here. As a result, this current is current due to this plus which current? Collector current. Sorry, which current? Leakage current. So as a result, leakage current is of the order of microampere. So this current is what? Increases as Vc increases again. And you will not get horizontal line. Actually you want to get horizontal, but you will not get. Why? What is the reason? Vc increases, this leakage voltage, reverse bias voltage increases. And already we know that in a PN junction reverse bias characteristics. As reverse bias voltage increases, leakage current increases. This junction in reverse bias. Which junction? Collector base junction. So as this voltage increases, reverse bias voltage, leakage current increases, and this leakage current increases. As a result, the current flowing in this section increases. So there is a little increase in the collector current takes place because leakage current is of the order of microampere. So very small increase in current takes place. Another way you can explain, if you want to explain, as VC increases, this depletion width with depletion width at collector base junction increases. So base width decreases. Due to this reason, IC increases with a small value. So in this discussion, I have discussed the why you are getting such kind of the graph. What the reason? Okay. Now I'll discuss the leakage current. So for your understanding, there are two type of the leakage current. One is ICEO and second ICBO. This sometimes they used to speak collector cutoff current. Collector cutoff current. Either this or this, it is called collector cutoff current. So what is this current mean? What does it mean? Look, for this I am showing you like this. Very simple. This is a base, this is a collector, this is a emitter. And this current is called ICEO. Look here. This is emitter, base, collector. This is NPN. NPN. This is your plus, minus, plus, minus. Look carefully. When collector is kept in a reverse bias, see this in reverse bias, and base is kept open. When collector is kept in a reverse bias and base is kept open, then current flowing from collector to emitter, is called leakage current, ICEO. Listen again. When collector is kept in a reverse bias and base is open circuited, you can use also this. Base is open circuited. When collector is kept in a reverse bias, base is kept open circuited, then current flowing from collector to emitter is called collector leakage current, ICEO. What is called? ICEO. Carefully observe. C for collector, E for emitter. This is mean third terminal, base is open. B is not here. Is there any B? There is no B here. So base is open. So from this you can easily write, when collector is kept in a reverse bias and base is kept open, then current flowing from collector to emitter is called reverse leakage current, ICEO. So what is ICO? Current flowing from collector to emitter when base is kept open circuited. ICBO, similar word. When collector is kept in a reverse bias, see this is your collector. This is your collector. Is kept in a reverse bias. When collector is kept in reverse bias and third terminal is emitter, emitter is kept open. When collector is kept in a which bias? Reverse bias. Emitter is kept open. Then leakage current flowing from collector to base is called leakage current, ICBO, or collector cutoff current, ICBO. Again, C, B, emitter is not there. So what does it mean? Emitter is open, you kept open. So when emitter is kept open or emitter is open circuited, then current flowing from collector to base is called leakage collector current, ICBO, or reverse leakage collector current, ICBO. Here reverse leakage, Here reverse leakage current flowing from collector to emitter when emitter is open. So this is due to this current. Here this is you are getting slightly increase as VC increases. Here is I am keeping my end of the lecture. Here I am keeping my end of the third lecture. Okay, thank you.